Hello everyone, this is Yael from Yael Alchemy, and I'm here to bring you a reading. Well, first of all, Happy New Year everyone. Aren't we all glad that 2020 is now behind us, and we are now staring at 2021 in the face. Now, 2020 numerology of it adds up to a 4, okay? And 4, even in Western, not really astrology, but the Eastern beliefs, 4 is a dead number, okay? It signifies endings, okay? Loss. That's why most often there's if you venture here Southeast Asia or China, they don't have the number 4 in their elevators because it is a not so good number, which we all experienced last 2020. And well, we're here. We may have loved, we may have lost, but we are here and we survived. Speaking of which, just a couple of hours ago, I learned about the passing of our dear soul brother, Wayne Lander. And it came as a bit of a surprise because I haven't really been on Facebook all that much. Because as you all know, my mother just passed away, and it was very difficult maneuvering through the holidays. The first time that she wasn't around, okay? Well, she's around in spirit, and that's all good. She's like my personal guardian angel. I talk to her all the time, and I know that aside from my spiritual team, I have an added boost because my mom is helping me out, okay? But still, when it comes to 3D, her physical presence is sorely missed. And the same can be said of Wayne, because Wayne was he was there when the twin flame movement just began. He's been a great mentor and friend, and spiritual advisor to others. And in fact, Wayne was one of the legions, okay? And he was trying to decipher how twin flames, he had this group, okay, twin flame dreaming, because he had a theory that there are certain messages that twin flames got in their dreams, and he was trying to establish a pattern. And I know that the group is under the moderatorship of someone else now, someone Wayne trusted. So if you haven't found that group yet on Facebook, and you are lucid dreaming, or you do remember your dreams that are connected to your twin flame journey, do join, okay? So anyway, please remember Wayne Lander in your prayers. He really reminded me of Gandalf. Well, now he's Gandalf the White, okay? Because he's going to be helping us all but just on the other side. Okay, so here we are, 2021. And we'll see. I didn't do the infinity spread reading for twin flames now because I really want to get an overview of the themes and the mission of twin flames for 2021. Okay, I know that my readings on YouTube are directed to twin flames, but if you're a light worker, a starseed, or even if you're none of the above, okay, I do do readings and guidance and healing for about everyone else, because there's no we, there's no we're not some, we're just the way showers, okay, in this journey here on earth. Okay, so there, as always, I've already shuffled the cards, and my question here was I wanted to gain insight. This is the insight spread reading on the Twin Flame Collective, Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine's mission for 2021 and the themes that will show up, okay? And as always, I've already shuffled the cards and prayed over them. And look, at the bottom of the deck, which will be the general energy of the reading, we have the Justice card. We have the Lady Maat, the Goddess Maat, okay? I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. But this goddess, okay, talks about, she rights the wrong things. She makes sure that everything is in balance. If 2020 was a year wherein it was almost like a cleansing, a purge, it was how do you say it? Everything was shuffled from the ground up. And here we are, still navigating through the rubble. But this rubble was very necessary because it was the universe's wake up call saying that things cannot progress to a higher level, to a higher consciousness of this planet if they stay the same. And so there, the divine shuffle occurred, which was basically the whole of 2020. Okay, so this is saying underlying energies of 2021 of this question. Some things will be put right. We will be constantly finding that balance in this new world. Okay, and next we have temperance, which indicates a need for patience as we regenerate. Okay, there is that growing period now of the planet, of how things are going to be moving forward, and patience is necessary. Why? Because there's still incoming, I'm not going to say like bad stuff that's coming in, but these are more of how do you say it? Well, these can be events, these can be messages, these can be energies that are still incoming. Okay, so more incoming, events, energies, things that will require our agility, because these will be coming in fast, and we need to be resilient and adaptable because that marker of New Year, it's a very human contraption. Because if right now the days are calculated at least by the archangelic calendar. Each day is 144 hours now, so that's like 6 human days. And so the matter of turning over 2020, 2021, that is a very human contraption. So when we say 2020 and that that was a year of cleansing and purging, it might not yet be quite done with us. In fact, right? I hope you guys are okay. I know there is a second wave right now, especially in the UK. I don't know if it's reached the US, but here in our country, we haven't declared local transmission yet because right now we've banned a lot of flights from different countries, from Europe and the US, in the hopes that the more contagious strain of COVID won't get to our shores, okay? Because very hard to deal with. Our government was great during the first wave of COVID because they gave a lot of subsidies. Even before, the first world countries gave out subsidies to the poor so that they could cope because everything else was locked down. Now we're slowly opening up, and we would like to protect our gains. And I hope that everybody in the UK, in the US, in Canada, and the other Mediterranean countries, France, Italy, Spain, I hope that you guys keep yourselves safe, okay? Because, like I said, it's not yet over, okay? But here we have this this message, the Three of Mirrors, that we will get through this together wherever you're located. This, I don't know why this reminds me of different continents actually, because you have different animals. You have the lamb here with the lion, with the African god. So no matter how you look like on the outside, this is a thing that we will get through together. And as far as 2021 goes, here we have the sorceress, which is the high priestess. And the high priestess symbolizes also, it speaks to me of the high level of skills and talents and abilities of twin flames, and this is what will help us get through this whole transition thing, right? Because 2021 numerologically, in numerology, that's a 5, and 5 represents change initiated by the divine, okay? So 2 and 1, 2020, sorry, 2021, right? So that's a 5. So it's a year of transition and change, right? But the transition and the change is to the end that things will be balanced out. And the role of twin flames is to, again, be the way showers, be the trailblazers, and be the visionary. Okay, and here we have the Knight of Scrolls, meaning as people scamper about, trying to figure out how they're going to move forward from whatever point they find themselves in, whether it is a point wherein your savings have been depleted, you've lost loved ones, you've your job is at stake, or whatever. And when people are wondering how to move on from that, here come the twin flames, lending your energy, right? Lending your visions. You know why? Because we are co-creators, and you know that if you have been listening to my channel and my readings, you know that we are co-creators and ambassadors of light and unconditional love. But because we have these special skills and abilities, and by the way, if you during meditation, if you would like to know more about your special skills, innermost talents, okay, that you can use in this journey, call on Archangel Yael, and she has a special headdress that she lends. Okay, you can equip yourself with that during meditation, and she will help you be more aware of what other special powers that you have. And as I was saying, twin flames now, hold on, okay, I thought I accidentally turned off the video. Twin flames now, what they can do is, because we are co-creators, we cannot get to 2021 or to some point in the future with a blank slate. It is best to let your energy precede you, okay? So create, envision right now how you want things to be, especially now that you have access to the different dimensions, and a lot of what we could only experience in 5D will now trickle down to us in 3D. But that vision needs to be present. The energy needs to precede you in envisioning that. See, because here we have the phoenix, and this is rebirth. So, that's the general energy of the reading. This journey to writing things so that we can emerge, we can help the planet emerge with a higher consciousness, and it's all going to be a better place to live in. Okay, so I'm going to open all these cards now, and must remember that the question is here, what themes will be evident in the Twin Flame Collective and our mission for 2021. Okay, I'm going to open all the cards first. Okay, maybe I should mention we have the 10 of Scrolls, the 5 of Spirals, the 10 of Stones. We have the 2 of Mirrors. Okay. We have the Divine Child. We have Merlin. We have the Tower card, Kali. We have the 2 of Scrolls. And we have the Ace of Scrolls. Okay. So we start off, this would be our main mission, the card in the middle, because it really affects all the cards that surrounds it. So here we have the Divine Child, and so when you say this child is full of innocence, and this is actually coming from a point wherein we can create, and this is something that is divinely fated. Okay, this is almost like meeting one's destiny and putting to good use those things that you have envisioned and created for your reality, meeting that, meaning it's time to manifest that. It's meeting now from, remember when you want to manifest something, as above, so below. Now this is that meeting, and that is fated. So for 2021, while we are undergoing this transition year, you have to be very conscious of the signs that that is offering you this clean slate. You have Merlin here. Okay, clean slate and new beginning to create this world. You have the 2 of Mirrors here with love. So for some twin flames, yes, there is love on the horizon. I don't know if it's going to be manifest this year or not. Let's hope for the best. But again, here, because this is a central card, this is our mission. This is helping yourself manifest it and helping others co-create that reality for themselves. This is meeting your fate and meeting your destiny. Okay, so the first card here is that we have the 10 of Scrolls, and indubitably this is something that that is painful, that is trapped. You can see here the tiger, he's trapped by these scrolls, but they're just scrolls, but still they are an effective cage for him. And when you see the tiger that has so much restrained power, so much restrained energy, especially if you see a caged tiger in a zoo, right? Well, not the emaciated tigers, but a well-kept tiger. It reminds me of The Life of Pi. I don't know, I should watch that again. I like that movie. Okay, so here, twin flames, very restrained, not being able to do what not being able to be true to their true form, to their authentic form and abilities, right? So that was a lot of 2020. And that's why we have here a lot of regret. This is the Five of Spirals. You can see the dragon there throwing his fireballs into the pit. And you can see the shadows of the fireballs. He's just like, when you get the Five of Spirals, this is almost exhaustion at a battle. You can see here that all the anger is being, all the resentment, that extra energy from painful happenings that happened to twin flames personally and perhaps collectively. This is just chucking them away, okay? Because it's like, this reminds me, the Five of Spirals reminds me of somebody losing control of the wheel, and instead of hurting someone with the piece of machinery, the car, they would rather bump the car into some tree. It's like damage control. Okay, so here we have the Ten of Scrolls and this, the Five of Spirals, this disappointment of the damage that last year has caused. But this is also connected to something that you have the power to change, right? You have the power to change these things that occurred, to free other people from their perceived restrictions, and this disappointment, to release all this, but in a constructive manner. Okay, so that is one of your missions, our missions as twin flames. Then we have here the Ten of Stones, and the Ten of Stones indicates this is like the Ten of Pentacles. You can see this wooden sprite, and she holds all these crystals. Okay, because these, now that you've learned your lesson from these, you take what you need, okay, and then throw away the rest. And here, these crystals, they're purified, they are conductors of light, of energy. This is what you have to hold firm, because remember, all these, while this is in 3D, because pentacles are very tangible, stones are very tangible, but then again, so what you get in 5D, right, the lessons that you've learned and everything, and if you've harnessed light, then you gather it so that you can shed that on these situations that other people may find themselves in. Okay, and here, like I said, the next row, we have the Two of Mirrors, which is love, companionship, affection, and that is what is going to fuel your creation, your creative energies here for the new year, right? Because you're going to be starting from scratch. No more of these, right? You just took what you just took what was you just took the best of it, and you left the crappy ones behind with the change of the new year. So now we have Merlin here, and he is on a new journey. Okay, but this speaks to one that is filled with love, with kindness, with compassion, with togetherness. This doesn't necessarily mean, the Two of Mirrors doesn't necessarily mean a romantic relationship. It could talk about your other relationships with other people, which certainly 2020 has shown us how important it was to have these connections, no matter if they are far. Okay, we're in the age of, video conferencing, Zoom, Google Meet, or whatever. And if it weren't for those technologies, it would have been very, very difficult for us to cope with the isolation, right? So here, 2020 was a year wherein other people discovered all these connections that can be done without a physical bridge, right? And we're going to continue that in this year, and we're starting from scratch. So we are rebuilding relationships here, and so this is like very good currency, so to speak. When you, all these connections, all these relationships are heart based. Because remember, as twin flames and light workers, it is our responsibility, okay, to keep ourselves pure hearts, okay? Meaning, yes, the ugly head of ego may rear itself from time to time, but we have the tools to cleanse, to realize that, and to start over, right? Without that. And so that is going to be the currency that will be very important this 2021. Now, here in the last row, we have Kali, okay, which is the tower. Now, the tower, this is just like this. Wait, hold on. This card here saying, what, isn't it over yet? Well, not just quite. Because like I said, the December 31, January 1, it is a human contraption. But energetically, not yet over. Because while the higher energies were re-engineering the planet so that we could ascend and evolve as a, as a group, as a species, right? It's still undergoing that re-engineering, and it doesn't help that there are a lot of human complexities when it comes to wielding power, gaining control. Although we have won that war, we cannot be complacent because there are still those not from the light that are still there, and the legions are constantly trying to hold that ground that we have already made. Okay, we've gained that, a lot of ground in pushing back all these different agendas that are not of the light, and exposing all the manipulation and all that. Because like I said, when your currency is love, and that's what we're trying to do in this coming year, the manipulation, the untruths, the secrets, they have no place in that, okay? And so the purging continues on, especially for those who don't get the point quite yet of how we're going to move forward. And like I said, if there is a lesson that needs to be learned, whether individually, personally, or as a collective, as a species, as human beings here on Earth, as compared to our other galactic neighbors, intergalactic neighbors, well, they're not really confined just to our galaxies, but you get what I mean. So this purging will still go on, but this is a good thing, okay? This is a good thing because in that, we get to unearth, we get to reorganize, we get to reshuffle those things. Of course, change is very difficult to navigate. That's why we even hire professionals, If there's a change in a huge corporation, certain professionals are brought in to help with that organizational change. Okay, you can even have a doctorate in that. Point being, change is, although inevitable, it's very, very difficult to navigate because people like the familiar, what they know. And, when there is a new thing, there's often skepticism and all that. That's why there's resistance. And here, that's why we have the Two of Scrolls, which is represented by a black unicorn here, which in itself is very rare. When you have the Two of Scrolls here, this indicates working together. See? And for twin flames, in navigating these changes that are taking place in 2021, make sure you check in with your higher self, with your spiritual team, with your inner guidance. That's why the tagline for Yael Alchemy is "Come into your knowing," because we help you do that. Right? As a collective, you have to come into your own knowing because that will help you smooth things out in the presence to pave the way for these transitions. Now, another thing about this black unicorn, this often represents counterintuitive moves, right? Even the cards are saying that, look, will destroying more things lead to better things in 2021, given the amount of things, institutions, people that we've already lost. And this is the answer, because the Two of Scrolls here, as signified by the black unicorn, signifies is saying that although things may seem counterintuitive, they're going to work in the long run, which is why we were told, oh no, where did I put that? Here. Which is why we were told in the beginning to be patient, right? As we navigate this change together. So even if this seems counterintuitive, that, the way you are used to living, whether it be with certain people, whether it be, your everyday, it's going to change, right? And although it might be counterintuitive, this will be the key to this new this is a new beginning. Can you see the tree there in the back? It's a very resilient. You can see that despite the wind, right, it's still standing strong. And that will be the key so that you can deliver these messages that have been decoded by you. And I'm speaking to twin flames here, right? Because look, the way this works is that often we get the messages for other people, and we become the conduits. But we have to take care of ourselves first, because otherwise we can't be that conduit. It will be useless as a conduit if you don't get to deliver that message, because we have our personal lives in shambles and whatnot, right? And this is a very good mission that we have this year, because this is creating this new earth here, and which is divinely fated, meeting your destiny, okay? Meeting your destiny, starting here. You can see here, this is like the 0-point field, Merlin saying, hey, this is the beginning, put everything behind you, because now you're moving forward with what you consciously created, right? In this world wherein there is, the currency is love. Look at this. Before, 10 of Scrolls, and then you have here the Tower card, but that is going to be trumped by this Two of Mirrors, love. Okay, so that's very good for 2021. here you have disappointments, battles, right? And then you have the Two of Scrolls here saying, giving messages of getting together so that there's no more battle, right? And even if it may seem counterintuitive to really fraternize with your known enemies, just go through with it if your heart remains pure. Because when the currency is love, anything can be created. Well, the way you want to, right? Because your intentions have to be pure. And here we have the Ten of Stones, which indicates abundance here. And here, this is Merlin. So this is the start of accumulating all this manifestation of whatever you want. That's 2021, right? Because that would be the key. This starting over, well, it doesn't have to be necessarily a physical starting over. It just has to energetically. It's like you're separating. Um, it's like you're putting a barrier from all the things that drained yourself financially, your finances. You're putting behind all those thoughts that held you to the energy of lack. Okay, and especially during this lockdown. Okay, and we're in a lot of the months last year. It was very difficult to get, well, items or, things that you were used to because of production issues, because, pandemic is still around. So divest yourself of that thought of being focused on lack. See, that would be the key to you getting your abundance anew, right? Let me see if there are other things here. Okay, I guess that's it. I will pick. Wait, I want to open this card. I did pick a card. Hold on. I did pick a card from our galactic brothers to see where we are as a twin flame collective. So the card I have here is Seduction and Addiction from Orion. This is almost the last card in the evolution of the consciousness, the higher consciousness of Orion, because before they were so steeped in in polarizing thoughts. It's just me and the others. The Orions were like that at some point in time. And it was only when they reconciled and removed that polarized thinking, which in turn becomes very, very addictive. And we could see that in the last US elections. Well, only because last year that's what happened. But if it were an election year here in my country, it would have been the same. Very polarizing elections that, we're right, the other side is right, and I have no patience for the other side. Which is why, often it has been a ground rule, especially in my circle of best friends, that we do not talk politics, so that we do not end up hating on each other. But again, it's very polarizing. And until the Orions got rid of that polarizing belief system, so that they could advance to higher consciousness, that was the key. That was their key to moving forward and having a higher evolved consciousness as a galactic. Okay, so I'm gonna pick four cards. No, several cards rather, just to give us more insight on what we are to do as a collective, the Twin Flame Collective, 2021. Okay, hold on. Okay. First card we have, see, all that glitters. Okay. There, we have all that glitters, meaning that we have to see past what is shiny, what is alluring. Okay. Because at first glance, this is like eye candy. It's gonna reel your attention in, but you have to see past that. Okay, to be more effective, especially in your mission of co-creating. Although, yeah, okay. The next is exchanging gifts, which means that, connect, share more of yourself. Don't be a hermit. Because it's that energy of giving and receiving. It's so dynamic. It takes away all the stagnant energy of this Ten of Scrolls that is not filtered, that festers there. So share more of yourself with other people. Okay. And again, we get this card. When we talk about twin flames, this card never fails not to show up, because be aware, be conscious that you are a multidimensional being, and travel between worlds. 3D, 5D, now very accessible, even the higher dimensions, right? So if you have a connection to the whether it be unicorns, whether it's your archangels, higher dimension beings, then use that connection, be and experience those worlds and travel freely, because that is how we will be able to navigate 2021. Okay, and here again, I always get this card. This is Imagine. Okay, and this is what I was saying, wherein when you are a co-creator, creating, you need to let your energy precede you. Visualize, envision. We have here the visionary. Where's that? Here. The Knight of Scrolls, the visionary, right? Because this will come first before the Phoenix. But you have to envision that, because others are already in apocalyptic mode. Well, we're not quite there yet. We don't see zombies in the streets or whatever. And I hope that we don't get to that point. But then again, we have to be firm in our conviction that we can have a better planet to live in. We can have better relationships. We can be more abundant when it comes to resources. Just imagine, okay? Because envision, imagine, and there is no limit to what you can imagine and envision. That's also the message there. And in the middle card, we have come to the edge. And when you get this card, hold on, I have to pause. There's like a very, very noisy big boy bike outside. Okay, come to the edge, which means that be courageous, be brave. It is time to get out of your shell and take risks. Enough of this cowering at imagined restrictions. It is now time to be your true authentic self with your powers, your skills, your abilities, and just go out there and own it, right? Own it, embrace it, and share it with the world. Okay, and on that note, that's where we're gonna end this reading. I hope that this gives you guidance for 2021. As always, this if you visit the website, the specials are still up. And if you'd like a personal reading of how your 2021 will be personally, which will be sort of like this, do get in touch with me. Okay, so take care, everyone. Happy New Year. Bye.